Hey guys, BATJAC J.W. and welcome to the show, right? Where we're going to chat about some stuff, talk about things, and do all that kind of stuff. Got to have the water, especially out here in the desert. Although lately it's been downpouring rain. We're in a winter storm, I guess. About time we get some sort of winter weather. So anyway, before we get started with the show, I got a beautiful Smith & Wesson 29 right there. And I got some spray paint here, Rust-Oleum. Yeah, I really like the blue finish on that gorgeous, lustrous blue finish. But there's something about the spray paint thing that I really like. So let's get started with that. Yeah, right. I have not lost my mind that far. Joe P, I know, set your car keys down. You don't have to come rushing down here to... that was a joke we had going on in the comments there. Those of you that have been following the channel, you know. Yes, I guess it sparked up some conversation, definitely, about me spray painting some of my guns. Some people go... Oh, they're up in an uproar about it. Been going back and forth. Mr. Holster actually spray painted his shotgun, and we talked about that. And I've actually asked him how it was holding up. It seems to hold up good. And for me, like, I spray painted a 1911. I even asked him, I said, Mr. Holster, did you get it? Some people literally freaked out about that. And but the majority of the comments actually was like, that looks really good. And it did. It does. So, in fact, I got it right here. What did I spray paint? It's stuck in this holster. I'm going to have to explain this holster to you. Am I going to be able to get this thing out of here? Let me explain this wonderful holster I got. There we go. Here it is. The Inland 1911 that I wound up spray painting. I spray painted it, this Rust-Oleum camouflage finish. They don't even, do they say the name of it? No, but it's a great color. It's not like pea soup green, but yet it's like a charcoal with a green tint to it, which is perfect for if you love the old school 45s, 1911s from World War II days and times. So let me explain to you, I guess, before we get carried away here and I forget all about it, what this holster ordeal is about. Those of you that are already subscribed to my BATJAC J.W. radio show YouTube channel, is the second channel I got. There's only two, I promise. This is the main one, though. You've already seen this, and you already know what I'm talking about here. This is a vintage, old, you know, flap holster, the U.S. marking on it and everything like that. It's the black leather, which it's pretty cool. This is actually Vietnam era vintage, I guess. I looked up the name and everything on the back. I mean, there's no 100% that that is really what it is. But I got this thing at a yard sale for $3. I'm not joking. I went to a yard sale. This thing was $3. I picked it up, and it was really extra crispy. I mean, it was so dried out that you know, there was like, but for $3 I grabbed it and I soaked it down with my favorite ballistol and restored it, and it's back to its normal bit here. So yeah, I brought it back. It's alive. I brought it back. So cool stuff. $3. I collect this kind of thing, so I just had to splurge the $3 if I'm. I know. We're just rubbing it in now. But I'm always on the hunt for this kind of stuff. I love vintage, old school firearms and such. Let me get these out of the way because we're kind of done talking about our spray painting stuff. You know, I mean, good Lord, but yeah, it worked out really good. It really did. And I will do this again in a heartbeat. This was such an awesome thing. And there's so many people that have done it. And I've done this in the past. And the thing is, I said it before. I said it many times in all the previous videos I did on this thing, this Inland. It's not permanent. You can always strip this gun down, soak it in some paint thinner or something, and get the paint off of it. It might not be as easy. It might not be very easy to do, but it can be done. Now, that's the other thing I want to talk about is the durability. The durability on this is actually pretty darn good. And I've hosed it down with Ballistol, and it's been running good. And the other things since we've last talked and did some stuff, I've been trying this Wilson Combat Universal Ultima Lube 2. Right here, I got the Universal. That's the one I got. It looks kind of like red. And then I also been trying the Wilson Combat grease, just straight grease, they say, but it's actually a lot more like consistency of pancake syrup. My thoughts on that stuff, you know, it's good to have, I guess. I mean, like, if I was going to buy another one or continue on with this product, I would probably just stick with these two because really, I mean, I'm just going to use it on the parts that, on my semi-autos, really, like my 1911s. Mostly that's for when it comes to that. I mean, this is really something, as far as a gun, a semi-auto I shoot a lot is going to be a 1911. Even though I love the PPK and the Beretta and all that. But I do shoot the 1911 quite a bit. I will put the grease on the rails and all the areas, the proper areas that you should. But is there no way in heck is it going to replace Ballistol? I love Ballistol. Ever since I got to try it, I've been singing its praises ever since. This stuff is awesome. It's great. It's safe on your skin. There's, you know, it's not toxic to you. Unlike this other stuff where, I mean, I'm not bashing it. Please don't take that the wrong way. I'm not bashing the Wilson Combat stuff. It works pretty good. You know, it says, though, you know, don't avoid, you know, prolonged contact with the skin and all that. You know, makes you worry about, like, that's always something you want to worry about. We want to enjoy our sport, but not, you know, wind up killing ourselves in a slow run over it. Already bad enough firing a gun and the lead exposure and all that, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, I kind of want to do it safely, I think, because cleaning guns and protecting our beautiful firearms, for me, a lot of times are investments like this beautiful 29. I want to protect it. And I'm always cleaning it, always doing stuff to it. So Ballistol is the #1. Ever since I've been using Ballistol, I've not had any issues with it, and it's been protecting my firearms, my beautiful firearms, and keeping it protected. So, speaking of holsters and stuff, look at this. I got this. If you haven't seen the video yet, I got this really cool shoulder holster here for my 29 left-handed. I'm a lefty. Crazy Scotsman sent that to me. That guy's crazy. Sends stuff like this to me. So, really cool. To gotten that stuff, man. You know, you get something like that, you get a Model 29, you just want to turn on the Dirty Harry Dirt series and just go all out and just go, well, let's just binge on it. Although lately I've been binging on The Shield, an old TV show. I guess it's not too old. Well, I don't know. For me, when I consider something old, I'm talking about. I watch stuff like Humphrey Bogart and Black and White, golden age of movies and stuff. John Wayne, of course, right? I mean, look at the name of my channel. So, but The Shield, pretty cool show. I've been binging out on that lately, but keep trying to keep steady at work, trying to keep everything going at work. But yeah, but back around we're you know, going through a lot of videos, ideas, and stuff like that. Hopefully, get to reconnect with Santee a little bit from the Arizona Ghost Riders, get some stuff flowing with him and all that. This is another cool firearm I acquired. This is the recent acquisition, I guess you could say. I acquired it. More like I saw it and I couldn't leave without it. Trading a guy out of this thing, you know. Basically getting this thing, Triple T, went to a truck stop and picked it up. I can't get over that. Union Switch and Signal, vintage World War II, 1911, beautiful Parkerizing, the green finish that you just love. You know, that's so cool about these old guns is that finish is so awesome. It's just, that's, and I got that grease on it. I've been using that on it. I like that. It does have a nice feel to it. This one's nice. It's battle worn. It's got, you know, some definite wear on it. The character, you know, it's been used. It's been there. It saw some, You know, we don't know. We don't know what kind of action it saw, if any. We don't know if maybe perhaps the person that carried it defended themselves with it, to save somebody's life, maybe their own with it. We just don't know. And it truly would be amazing if these things could talk. And that's why I love the worn finished one, or you know, the one that definitely you can tell it did not spend its life in a box. In that aspect, I love the ones that looks like it's been there, done that. Because that's, to me, the coolest ones. It's got the wear is character. I don't want a pristine, mint condition one. I want one like this. And I shoot it. Yes, I take this puppy out and shoot it. It's great. It does awesome groupings. It shoots amazing. I replaced the recoil spring in there. That's one thing you want to keep an eye on. Of course, I kept the other one, all the original parts. But I knew I was going to be shooting it, so I replaced the recoil spring. You don't want to start getting it hammered, do some serious damage. It can't be, well, I guess it could be fixed, but then it would take away, I think, the coolness of this piece. If I had to get the frame tack welded or something like that, I don't know, whatever they do. I'm no gunsmith. But, there again, you have something like this beautiful inland replica. What really attracted me to the inland versus, say, why would you spend the big bucks on the inland when you can go get the auto ordnance or the car arms? And now I think car now owns it, and just get that one for like, $400 or $500 or something like that. It's the markings on this one. That's really cool. It's got the patent dates. It's got the inland markings. It's very close to the originals, as far as the markings on the other side of that frame. 1911 A1 government, man. It just that's some cool stuff. So that's just something I had to have. But I've been thinking about getting an auto ordnance. I used to have an auto ordnance one. I got rid of it. I just wish I never would have done that. But I know the fella that's got it. Maybe one day I'll horse trade him out of it and keep it and get it back in my collection where it belongs. I'm just joking. But I've been thinking maybe I would grab another one like this, spray paint it too, so it matches this one, and I could be the last man standing. Bruce Willis. If you like 1911s, if you like that old school stuff, you just want to see a completely outrageous gun movie, action movie, go watch The Last Man Standing. So, all right. Before we close it out and talk about some stuff, I wanted to talk about, well, we hope the inlet, or the, inland, we're talking so much about that, the CMP. I'm hoping the CMP makes these babies available for us all so we can pick them up at finally a decent price, or a price that's finally not so outrageous and breaking our wallets, so we can get that. But in case you're out there searching around, you don't know, you want to be careful, as with anything, any of the collectible guns that are cool guns from back in the time. You want to get books on them. Now, I picked this one up recently, the Military Firearms Collector's Pricing Reference Guide. These things will tell you some information that you need to know if you're going to drop some dollars on these things. I've been very lucky and blessed that I have not dropped a lot of money on these things, and so I was able to pick them up for fairly cheap. But if you are looking, a lot of times, generally, these people want, $1,800, $3,000, something like that for some of these guns. You want to look them up and make sure before you drop that kind of serious money on them. You want to know before you pick them up what you're looking at. It could be as small as something like a dash number or a dash under something that could separate it from date to time, and like maybe all the ones made prior to this date or something were worth X amount, but then the ones that are made over here are not quite as all that kind of stuff. Interesting things such as the Model 29, the vintage classic Model 29. Now this one here is a dash 3. I have a dash 2 pinned and recessed, but this is my very first one. Actually just recently did a video on it. My very first 44 Magnum. Won't let it go because it's my first one. This is a 6-inch barrel. Oddly, the other one, the Dash 2, which is vintage early 70s, is a 6.5. Doing all kinds of strange things aside from the obvious of pinned and recessed, pinning the barrel and countersinking the cylinders. This one is not, but the Dash 2 is. that's the last time they do it. So stuff like that, you know, just knowing basics like that could help save you money, or help you invest your money and park your money and get it. So that's a cool thing. You always can get some serious money back out of these things as long as you're patient, having the right stuff in front of the right audience at the right time. Okay. So anyhow, yeah. Also, I spray painted the grips off of my my Walther PPK. Some people were like, okay, now they're thinking, oh, is it what's he gonna spray paint next? But they look good. I like it. I like the way it looks. That's why I put that little joke about spray painting my Model 29. I would never do that. But hey, there might be somebody that would. And it's their gun. And guess what? They can do it. Who cares? It's theirs. If it makes them happy, run, do not walk, right? So, anyhow. Yeah, that, you know, just wanted to kind of get here, chat some stuff with you, throw some stuff on the table, and let's just kind of go over some cool stuff. And, you know, of course, I love Ballistol, always will use it. Got this cool little applicator bottle, too. It's got a needle cap. I use this for applying Ballistol. Yeah, you know, I use it for just like, it's great on the wood. It cures the steel. I use it for case lube. I know, I said that. Some people are like, what? Are you crazy? You know, I do, because as a reloader, case lube that I found, it turns into gum. It can. Now I've experienced with the Dylan case lube. That stuff, after a while, you go feel those bullets that you made. They feel like gummy, tacky stuff. Yeah, you have to like remove that stuff immediately. Not with Ballistol. I just wipe it down. In fact, it helps reliability in semi-autos for sure, but it also does my dies good. Now, I'm not sitting there hosing down my brass, getting the Ballistol in the casings and all the primer pockets and all that disastrous stuff that could lead to, you know, hopefully just one that doesn't go off, but hang fire, misfire, squibs. I mean, all kinds of fun stuff that goes along with reloading. But reloading for me is like key. You know, I shoot a lot of 44 Special, a lot of 45 Colt, 45 ACP. Some of this stuff is not cheap, depending where you go, where you live. Prices change, all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of times, most of the time, cheaper to reload the stuff, right? So, anyhow. Well, I'm going to get on out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And, you know, there you have it. So, big thank you to Crazy Scotsman. Also, the Trees of Blowing sent me a shoulder holster, too. I've been hanging on to all this stuff. It's great stuff, you know. So, anyhow, I'm going to get on out of here. And I'm sure you guys need to get on with your day. So, I'll see you guys next time. Like, share, and subscribe.